We've officially reached the point where the Pittsburgh Steelers are functioning as a retirement community for former Green Bay Packers. If you told anyone a few years ago that Mike Tomlin would step down, Mike McCarthy would walk into his old office, and 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers would decide to spend his final year on earth as a football player running Mike McCarthy's offense in Western Pennsylvania, you would have been diagnosed with severe clinical insanity. The narrative around this right now is that the band is back together. It's being treated like this beautiful cinematic full circle moment because they won a Super Bowl together 16 years ago. But if you actually look at the facility, it doesn't look like a championship roster, maybe not even a playoff roster. It looks like a midlife crisis. They didn't just hire McCarthy, they brought in offensive line coach James Campen, defensive coordinator Patrick Graham. The building is basically a historical reenactment of 2011 Wisconsin. And let's not forget, the last time these two were in the same building, the relationship was a total failure. Rodgers spent years allegedly letting it be known that he thought McCarthy had a bottom-tier football IQ, and McCarthy ended up getting fired after a disastrous 4-7 start. Now Rodgers is out here saying he played a role in McCarthy getting hired, telling the front office to talk to him. The power dynamic has completely flipped. Rodgers isn't the young, incredible MVP anymore. He's a 42-year-old pocket passer who finished last season with a broken left wrist in a PFF grade that ranked him 29th out of 43 quarterbacks. It's a complete psychological experiment. The front office is clearly trying to throw a coat of shiny paint on a fundamentally flawed situation. They went out and traded for Michael Pittman Jr., signed Rico Dowdle, and drafted Jeremy Bernard. But this is the ultimate trap that the Steelers have been stuck in for over half a decade. It's the mediocrity loop. They do just enough to ensure they don't actually reset the franchise. Last year, they managed to grind out 10 wins and win the AFC North, which looked great until they walked into the wildcard round against Houston and got completely dismantled 30-6 at home. 0 offensive touchdowns. It was a complete and utter disaster. Bringing Rodgers back for $15 million isn't moving the needle towards a championship. It's ensuring that you crawl your way back to another 9 or 10 win season where you get bounced in the first round by a team with a quarterback who was born in the 2000s. And here is the most terrifying part of the whole situation for Steeler fans. In the draft, the front office panicked and selected Drew Aller out of Penn State in the 3rd round. Let's be completely honest about Aller. The guy did absolutely nothing in college. He was hyped up out of high school as this unstoppable 5-star savior, but every single time Penn State played a team with an actual pulse, whether it was Ohio State, Michigan, or getting completely exposed by Notre Dame, Aller completely dissolved. He looked utterly terrified under pressure, playing with janky footwork and mechanical habits that looked like a high school football player trying to guess his way through a game. He finished his college career throwing for under 150 yards in half of his biggest matchups, completed less than 50% of his passes against ranked opponents, and wrapped up his final season by breaking his left ankle. The Steelers didn't draft a future franchise quarterback, they drafted a project with $1 million arm and a 10-cent processing brain. Because Aller is so obviously not ready for the NFL, instead, they're spending $15 million on a 43-year-old piece of duct tape to keep a deeply flawed roster afloat, completely hiding the reality that their young options are a total question mark. Only one quarterback in human history has ever consistently won at this age, and that was Tom Brady. And Tom Brady was playing with a historically stacked Tampa Bay roster, not an aging defense and a completely new coaching staff. At the end of the day, it's either going to be a miraculous fountain of youth story, or the more likely scenario, we're going to watch a 43-year-old quarterback and a head coach with 2 decades of psychological baggage completely implode by week 7, while the 3rd-round rookie holds a clipboard. It's a total mess.